Today we are going to install Opentelemetry-Demo on Kubernetes cluster for Elasticsearch. So we will send the data from Kubernetes cluster from the Opentelemetry-Demo. The matrices and traces will be sent to uh, the Elasticsearch APM. So let's begin. So I am using OpenTelemetry documentation. So we have two commands for Helm chart and we can install using that. The first one is for adding the repository. So I believe I've already added that repository. Let's check once. Yeah, so OpenTelemetry repository is already there. If you don't have that, you need to run this command. And second is we need to install OpenTelemetry demo. So let's install that. So once it gets installed, on a Kubernetes cluster. We have actually, okay, so it has installed on a Kubernetes cluster. Let's once, let me first show you how many nodes we have. So we have two nodes in a Kubernetes cluster. And if I do get pods, so it will show the pods that are running now. Okay, it's initializing and running. I'll also show you the cluster that I have. This is my EKS cluster. In case you don't know how to install EKS cluster, that is a separate video. I'll share link for that. So this is my EKS cluster and two nodes are present on that. So let's wait for it to run properly. So many of them are running. So it already has open telemetry collector. We just need to update the configuration file to point it to our Elastic instance. So I'll go to my Elastic instance once and uh, I will basically try to get the APM endpoint and the token. So I can click on add integration, check what all installed integrations are there. So we have Elastic APM integration available. I'll go to the policies, click on policy and the settings we have. So this is our URL endpoint, basically the endpoint of our APM. So I'll make note of that. And I should have a security token or authentication token. So this is my authentication token. I'll secret token. I'll copy that as well. So these I'll use in one of my configuration file. So now all pods are running. Now we can update our configuration file. So I have created a values.configuration file, values.configuration file, where I have this OpenTelemetry character as a name, and exporters is something which I need to update. So I will update the exporters. I'll update the endpoint of my current Elastic APM endpoint. Put that, and also I'll update the authorization. And I'll save this, and I will upgrade the Helm chart or the Helm chart demo. This configuration, Helm upgrade -f values.yml file. So this will enable the endpoint of Elastic APM and will start sending the matrices and traces of these application or these microservices to my endpoint, Elastic APM endpoint. Now, these values dot configuration file I'll share. Basically, I have taken from uh, this location in GitHub. So this was the default values.yml, and I have updated these endpoints. So now let's go to Elastic instance, and let's go to observability, and we see that logs have started to come. We can go to Logs Explorer. So for different services, logs are coming into Elasticsearch, and the fields are also uh, coming in. Stream is also showing up. Let's check the inventory, infrastructure inventory. Right now, there is no data to show. Go to Metric Explorer. Right now, nothing much is there. And for host, we can see two hosts are coming up. So these are my AWS hosts. Okay. So let's go to APM actually and see the services. So it is showing all the services, its latency and throughput and transaction rate. We can see the service map as well. So this is showing the service map. So it's showing the relationship between all the services. It's complete map it is showing. What all services are there. There is no service group as of now. I can go to traces and see different traces are there. The Explorer, I can see the complete timeline. Dependencies are also shown up. We can check the database one, its latency, throughput, and upstream services, card service. So this way we can go to different services as well and check their transactions, throughput, and latency. So there are different tabs on top of that. For each service, we can check all that. Although it doesn't show that uh, within the service map, it doesn't show what is the latency and all those stuff. It doesn't show average or percentile here. It just show the relationship between the services. Thank you. That's it. It was pretty easy to set up OpenTelemetry demo in Elasticsearch, and we can see and matrices and traces are flowing into this service.